Welcome back, everybody, back with a video. Today it's just gonna be a monthly orb guide, right? So I get a lot of questions basically saying, how do I get orbs when you are an end game player? Or basically, how do you get orbs when you are running out of pretty much your resources, right? So this account is my main account, right? I haven't really done much videos on it as of the last couple of months or so. Actually, I think the last 2 months or so. Just because it doesn't need anything. It does not need to summon. It does not need anything in the game right now. It has pretty much everything it does need, right? So assuming you maxed out your entire story, right? You did all your story, you did all your sub-stories, you maxed out all your characters, your raid characters, everything in the game, you went through it all, right? So let's get right into it. So starting off right off the bat with our daily logins. So now this will probably vary depending if there are New Year login bonuses, Safwi bonuses, download celebration downloads. So it does just depend in terms of this type of orbs. But we're just going to be looking at it just for a normal monthly orb. So you get about 100, actually you get 205 orbs from logging in every day. You get 100 and, pretty sure you get 150. I did it times 30 just because it makes my life much easier, because sure, not every single month has 30 days, some has 31. But you know, it's just put the basic at 30 days. So, and then you do get 40 orbs for logging in. And then on top of that, you do get about 15 orbs for pretty much Ichigo Day. Happens every single month. We get 15 orbs, so you have the 15 orbs. On top of that, you get about 205 orbs just for logging in every day and doing your daily orders. It's extremely easy now, because they did nerf the orders a little bit, so all you gotta do is really do what? Double bay battles, 2 matches, and then just clear a story quest 5 times. That's all you really gotta do, you know. I haven't done it, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't really care that much for 5 orbs on this account. If I do want a character, I'll probably just spend money anyways. So for me, for my sake, I spend money on the game, so it's much different for me. But for a free-to-play player, you really want to take advantage of that. So let's get right into it. Next is going to be Brave Battle. So make it much easier. We'll go over here to the shop. The shop has a lot of orbs. In Arena, you can get about 175 orbs. From right here, you get 105 orbs from right here alone. And then, when you go to Arena, there are going to be weekly orders. So Arena is here for 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, there is a new season. So you get about 50 orbs between the 2 seasons combined. Now, you get about 25 orbs per season if you actually do all the orders. Yes, Arena's a sleeper, trust me, but if you're playing for the orbs, it's definitely going to be worth it in the long run. So, again, 175 orbs a month extra, not including if you haven't done your trophies. That's even more orbs in your pocket. Sure, it only goes up to 97,000, but keep in mind, Caleb did say they do plan to add more in the future. They don't know when, but they did say in the future. So again, that's more orbs if you have not touched Arena. Yes, I know people don't like it, but trust me, it's worth it for the orbs. It's definitely worth it for the orbs. So next, back to the exchange shop. There's a lot of stuff in the exchange shop, right? So next, it is going to be Chronicle Quest. I don't recommend people to do this, but there's a cheap one here for 25 orbs. I do recommend people to buy that. And then there is a expensive one, which I did say I don't recommend, but I did buy it myself. It's another 25 orbs. Do you care that much for 25 orbs compared to the materials? It's not a bad idea nowadays, just because we do have times 2 Chronicle Quest if you really want to do it. Part 2 and Part 3 do not have orbs, only Part 1. So next, it is going to be raids. We get epic raids once a month. Unless it's a rerun epic raid, then it's completely different. But more than likely, we get 1 epic raid a month, which does give us roughly about 100 orbs. Now, again, if it is a rerun epic raid, we'll get more orbs, but we are already currently getting 1 raid right now this month. So it does vary from 100 to 200, depending if it's a new one or it is a rerun epic raid. Next, it is going to be Brave Battles. Now, Brave Battles, in my opinion, you really want to touch. Again, 125 orbs in here. Now, it does depend what seed you are. 1,000 medals is quite a lot. I think you can go buy every single orb in here if you sit in the 3rd seed and above. I know Lieutenant, you could definitely do it. I know Captain, you could definitely do it. But I'm not too sure about 3rd seed. If you are 3rd seed, I'm pretty sure you do want to push up quite high to actually get over 1,000 medals a week to buy this, if you do plan to buy the 5-star ticket on top of that, which is quite expensive, you know. So it does depend if you want the 5-star ticket or not. For me personally, I skipped the 5-star ticket. I would rather have the orbs. Again, it just comes down to personal preference. I'd rather have a guaranteed orbs compared to me getting a dupe. But then again, you could pull the 7th anniversary units or just anyone else that is good, right? Lately, there's been very, very good premium units. So, again, comes down to you. Next, I think that's pretty much it in terms of the shop. So now let's go to Senkaimon. Senkaimon, you get about 500 orbs, depending. You get more if you did not max out the units yet, right? It does depend from person to person. I don't know if it's a beginner watching the video or it is a veteran watching the video. So you get about 100, you get 500 orbs from Senkaimon, but you get another one. No, you don't even get 175. You get 75 orbs from Senkaimon on top of that, just because they are only a 6-star version, nothing more than that. So you're looking at about 500-ish, 575, depends, around that ballpark. So again, very, very nice special orbs, especially with our special Gates of Oblivion tower. We do get more orbs again, but that is only up to K-Lab whenever they do really want to give it to us, right? So next we have the Resurrection units, which is a bit hit or miss. You need to own these characters to actually get the Resurrection orbs. So if you don't have them, you're probably missing out maybe 225 orbs to 450 orbs a month. Does depend how many Resurrection units we do get a month. Lately, we've been getting about 2 banners a month, right? 2 Resurrection batches a month. So therefore, get about 450 orbs. Pretty good, pretty good. But if it does go back to 1 Resurrection batch a month, we're only getting 225, which again, it isn't too bad. It's really not that bad. Still very, very good. Now, lastly, well, just 2 more sub-stories. If we do get a new sub-story and it's a new 4-star, it's about 55 orbs if the quest is about 4 stages long with a dupe in it, right? It does depend. If it's a brand new unit, 4 stages, you're looking at about 55 orbs. Not too shabby. It's really not that bad, right? And then if it's a little bit longer, it does depend, right? Like I said, it does depend if they give you a new 4-star or a dupe 4-star. And now, lastly, it is going to be Guild Quest. I recommend everyone to do Guild Quest. Actually, there's one more besides this, which is going to be how most of you probably found me, right? Guild Quest, you get about, it's a range. It's a huge range, depending where you are. You get about 150 orbs to about 200 in Guild Quest. It's kind of a reach. It does depend. I do recommend to at least do it every day. Trust me, it's not that hard. It's not that big of a deal to do it or not. But it does add orbs over time, especially if you are in the higher leagues in terms of A or S. There is potential that you can walk away with about 80 orbs weekly from the weekly rewards, or 100 or 80. It just all depends on RNG. Again, I do recommend GQ. It is a nice source of orbs income. Hell, you can probably get 100 orbs just completing a single run, which is quite nice. Again, very, very low in terms of the actual drop rate, but the potential is there, which is quite nice. Now, lastly, point events, which is what I've been doing, right? This whole entire channel is technically a point event channel. So, in point events, we get 2 point events a month. Each point event gives you 200 orbs. In total, 400 orbs. Very, very good. Now, it would depend if the point event is just like this one, right? They could release a 2-character banner, and then the orbs will be a little bit less, right? It just depends on how they really format the point event. Like I said, if it's 2 units, then it's going to be that. But if it's 3 units, it's just going to be 200 orbs per point event, which is very, very nice. And a 5-star ticket. So I do recommend farm 3 million, but on this specific quest, farm 5 million, right? I made a video on this already. Go farm 5 million on this specific point event because there is a special move source. But normal point events, 3 million and call it quits. Even if you have no bonuses, just go to 3 million, get all the orbs, and that's really worth it, right? And the essence score at the end, trust me, it's definitely worth it. But that is pretty much how to get about 2,000 orbs in total every single month. It's definitely worth it. You have to play the game. Brave Battles, Arena, Senkaimon, Guild Quest, Epic Raids. You have to pretty much do everything in the game to get this max amount of orbs. Trust me, it's worth it. The game isn't that hard. It's extremely easy. But other than that, though, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you guys later on. Peace out.